Hello everybody, I'm Robin, as you all know, and I am here for my very first cooking demonstration. I have decided after a summer of being ill with asthma that it was time for me to do my very best to try to eat healthier. But it is a tool, not a rule. So I'm just doing the very best that I can to eat good when I can. So tonight, I'm gonna demonstrate for you how you can make a plant-based pizza. Now also, I have 3 crusts here, so I'd like to show them all to you because perhaps you want to differentiate for the rest of your family. I have a pizza crust that I will use for my grandson and for my son Zachary, maybe Audrey if they would like some pizza. And then my daughter Ruth, she's low carbing right now, so I'm going to be using this keto cauliflower crust with her. It's only 2 carbs, so she really likes this crust, but it's not plant-based because it has cheese in it. And I will be using a cauliflower crust that does not have cheese in it and is completely plant-based and only has 4 grams of fat and has very good ingredients. So let me bring it in close so you can see the ingredients. And this is what it's called. I did order this pizza online. It came to my door and I just simply put it in the freezer. So you can get all of these at Walmart, walmart.com, Walmart. Very easy. And this is what you need to get started. Let's get going. Okay, I'm back. So we've done step 1, which was to put the crust on the cookie sheets, and we did line them with aluminum foil. This is my grandson's, our plant-based, and my cauliflower cheese one that's for low carbers. The first thing that I did is I used an olive oil spray. This is no artificial flavors, 0 trans fat per serving, and I bought it at Sam's Club. If you don't put this down, you might have a difficult time getting your pizza up. Okay, we are ready for step number 3. We are going to put our first layer down on our pizza crust. Now, I have a variety of interests in my household. So on my pizza crust, I would prefer minced garlic on my pizza crust. And I'm simply going to open it up and spread out about a tablespoon onto my bottom of my crust before I put on my sauce. And another family member, the one that's low carbing, prefers pesto on the bottom of hers. And this one does, of course, have cheese in it. So I'm choosing not to use it tonight because of the extra fat, but it is really good. And then on the other pizza, there is the option of using olive oil if you want to have your crust softer. We're actually probably not going to use olive oil tonight, but some people choose olive oil for the bottom coat. Okay, now we're ready for step 4, but here's a little disclosure. Please make sure you check the back of your pizza crust because some pizza crusts need to be pre-treated. For example, my grandson's pizza crust needs to go into the oven for 8 minutes before I put the toppings on it. The cauliflower cheese pizza crust is already in the oven right now. It needs to bake for approximately 10 minutes before I put the toppings on it. And mine does not need to be pre-treated. And if you're making one yourself, you'll want to follow up on the directions in the recipe that you're using. So let's discuss sauce. Now, when trying to make a plant-based pizza, I wanted something healthy for my body. And honestly, I discovered that the Great Value tomato, basil, garlic, marinara sauce from Walmart is indeed a good choice. It doesn't cost very much. And inside of it has no cheese. It has a scant bit of less than 1% of sugar. And it also has citric acid and a little bit of salt. Now, if you're thinking, ooh, citric acid, salt, I don't want that inside my sauce. I just want to mention that it is indeed also in tomato sauce, both of those items. So if you don't want to use those things, you'll want to crush up tomatoes and make your own marinara. So we are going to use the tomato, basil, garlic marinara sauce tonight, and that is what I'm going to do right now. Okay, we're ready for step number 5. It's time to put the cheese on. Now, okay, for my pizza that is a low carb base, I like to use the Mexican style cheese, but you can also use cheddar or mozzarella or whatever your favorite cheese is. So I plan to put some Mexican pizza cheese on top of this low carb pizza. As you see, she chose to use that pesto. And then for my pizza, I am choosing to use the Creamy Original vegan shreds. Now these shreds, they have 30 calories less in a serving and a little bit less fat, and there's no milk, and I'm trying to make a plant-based pizza. So this is a good choice for me, and I did get this at Walmart as well. Okay, we are now ready for step number 6. We are gonna put the toppings on. So let's discuss these toppings. Okay, over here I have some plant-based toppings. I have jalapenos, and I really like red onion, so red onion, some green bell peppers, some mushrooms, some spinach, some olives, and there are many other things you could put on there. You could put artichokes on there, celery, any kind of vegetable that you really think that would be good on pizza. And I also plan to put on top of mine fresh tomato and avocado. So I will wait till my pizza actually comes out of the oven, and I will put my tomato and avocado on. The reason why I don't want to put my tomato on there first is because tomato is very wet and it ends up running into the pizza and it can make that pizza crust soggy. So I choose to put my tomato on later. Now over here for my meat eaters, I do have pepperoni, I have bacon, and I have ham. And as you know, you can also put a variety of other things on there as well. Some people want to make sausage, ground sausage. Some people even do chicken. There's a lot of things that you can do, but this is what we're doing for the purpose of this evening. Welcome back for step number 7. We put on the toppings, and as you can see, this is the plant-based pizza. I put a lot of vegetables on there. I wanted to get a lot of vegetables in there. And this is the low-carb version that has some vegetables. She did choose to have fresh avocado cooked into hers, fresh tomato cooked into hers, and she has a meat, of course. And then my grandson, we made him a half pepperoni and made the other one a combination for the rest of the family. And we are ready to stick these in the oven. So we'll be back with you and you can see what they look like when they're cooked. We are ready for the final step. We're gonna pull this out of the oven. It's been cooking in the oven at 400 degrees for roughly about 8 minutes. But this is really up to you. You can cook it less if you want your vegetables to be raw, or cook it more if you prefer them to be softer. Ooh, look at this. Wow. I am so excited. So I have my plant-based pizza already right here. I've got my low-carb pizza all cooked up and ready to go here. And I've got my traditional pizza all cooked up and ready to go here. We are ready to have a feast. Hope you enjoyed today's show about how to make healthy food for your family and also differentiate for others that want something different. Thank you. Bye-bye.